Today our fight is about the solar project, that they want to ruin this entire valley by putting industrial solar energy projects here. I call them dirty green projects.
The Owens Valley is on the east side of the Sierra Nevada mountains, and it's about 200 miles north of Los Angeles. It's surrounded by beautiful mountains on both sides. It's the deepest valley, was the name of it in the early days when Mary Austin was writing about our valley.
There is the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power. They want to build the Southern Owens Valley Solar Ranch on a 1,200-acre site.
They're talking about centralizing, putting large arrays of panels inappropriately in that part of the Owens Valley, and then moving and losing some of that power, bringing it back to LA. Because you lose about 30 to 40% just moving energy through the wires.
It's about 2 square miles. They actually have to remove all vegetation on the site. They have to treat the soil with herbicides and soil consolidants.
We're certainly concerned with those impacts. We're concerned because of what that does to our culture, what that does to our environment, what that does to the many organisms which also rely on our environment.
There's a lot of archaeology, both prehistoric and historic stuff. The Owens Valley is like 90% federal land. The rest of it is owned by the LA Department of Water and Power. There's 1% private land in the whole county of Inyo.
That's why there's hardly anybody who lives here in the valley, because LA owns everything else. Well, it's right across from the Manzanar, an internment camp for World War II, where the Japanese people that lived in LA and around the country, they interned them and put on reservations, hidden away. That stole their lives like it did to the tribes. And there's over 60 sites over there with pinto points and all these other sites that were over 6,000 years old. And now they're just going to bulldoze them, grade them all out and ruin it, just kill it, like colonialism does. It destroys your history and rewrites it. And if they destroy it, then you were never there because there's no proof of you ever being there.
FDR signed that executive order number 9066 that said all Japanese on the West Coast have to vacate. The Justice Department called it war relocation camps, but when I got there, I don't think it was a relocation camp at all. There were soldiers there, not regular soldiers, they were armed soldiers. They carried rifles, and they carried not just plain rifle, but they had bayonets in front. So they called it relocation center, but actually it was more of a concentration camp, and by any definition it was.
Unlike what DWP officials are saying, there isn't a single point at Manzanar that you can't see 4 miles across to the east side of the Owens River where this solar ranch would be. What would literally destroy Manzanar's viewshed?
We think that there are some better solutions to these than taking large sections of untouched land, pristine land, completely changing that land forever with technology that, if you do the research, it's showing that the technology is quickly becoming outdated. The model is moving away from these giant, big installations and closer to home.
That change has to come from within, and we have to reduce demand. And the best way we can do that is through conservation programs and solar. And Santa Monica is an excellent example. We're sitting here at a park, and if I turn in any direction, I can see a large-scale solar. I can see it up on a subsidized housing building, 502 Colorado off 5th Street. I can see it on a parking garage over there with a huge solar arrays. Down at the pier, the Ferris wheel is run by solar. And then throughout the whole community, if I looked and scanned over, if I did an Eagle's flight over, I could see solar panels all over the city. The idea of getting independent is what the city of Santa Monica is actually going to do, and is what LA should look at doing, both on water and on energy. You know, they should contact their city council. We have a new general manager. I would contact her and let her know that these issues are alive and well, and people are concerned about them, and people want to have a local community solar implemented.
Understand that we're all players in this game, and we all can make a difference if that's what we want. And just, be receptive to one another and care for one another. I mean, what more could we ask?